Who is Kellen Wilson? Oh, shit. I would say Kellen Wilson is a kind, loving, humble person, a hard worker, but he's also an emotional person that, you know, thrives to be loved and cared for. And he wants to make the people around him proud. So, yeah. I think the biggest difference would be I feel way more competitive going into Olympia. And I think I've experienced Olympia last year as my dream come true to step on that stage. And going this year, I really want to improve my placing and my physique. So compared to last year, it was a dream come true qualifying for Olympia. And I think, you know, like not a lot of people get to do that. I think going into this year, I've seen my potential and seen my physique, and I have more self-belief in myself that I can achieve much more than I thought I can achieve for this prep. Yeah. I think the biggest thing for this year is I don't share a lot of my personal life on social media. And I think the biggest challenge was being dialed in and being focused on prep and giving it my all day by day, and also being there for my fiance that may be going through a lot of things, my brother, my grandma, and having energy to put towards them, also put towards my prep. I think bodybuilding as a whole is definitely, there's a physical aspect, but I think it's 80% mental. I think it's how far you can test your mind inside the gym, obviously with the diet, you know, also with dealing with just day-to-day life, you know, doing things as an adult, you know what I mean? It's all mental to me. So whatever you can handle mentally, I feel like the body's gonna follow. When those hard days set in, I think the biggest thing is I just think about my why and what I'm doing this for. And I think for me, my why is to create a better life, not only for me, but for my family. You know, my fiance, my 2 dogs, my brother, my grandma. And when I think about that, it doesn't matter if it's being on low food or a hard workout or, you know, waking up and doing cardio when I don't feel like it. That stuff becomes a breeze because there's a bigger picture behind this. Yeah, I mean, they say bodybuilding is a very selfish and lonely sport, and I disagree with that a lot, because I think it takes a solid team to create a champion, you know what I mean? And I'm fortunate enough to have a good team behind me that, you know, helps me with things like, you know, grocery runs, prepping my meals, reminding me to do stuff when I may forget, and keeping me motivated as well when I have down days. So I think at the end of the day, I think bodybuilding isn't a lonely sport. I think having a solid team, a solid partner behind you creates champions. At the end of the day, you are alone, right? It's a dream and a passion that you're chasing, right? Not everyone else is chasing, it's you. So there is times where you know the loneliness sets in, but I think for a man, I think you have to spend time with yourself and be lonely to get to know who you are and to see how much you can handle. And I think being around people that, you know, boast you and, you know, talk your head up big is not real. I think spending time with your lonely self and really having thoughts with just you, it creates something. It's easy to get caught up in, you know, the social media aspect or having a big ego in this sport and getting away from your true self, becoming famous on Instagram. It's very easy to do that. And I think when you're a real person and you stay true to who you are and you don't change, over the aspects of life, of your life changing and becoming more popular, I think you just got to stay grounded and remember where you came from, your roots, and always pay respect and homage to the people that have supported you from the beginning. I think that's very important. I think the biggest tool for me is just time alone. Just time without screens, time without social media, time outside, just quiet noise, so I can hear myself think. I think that resets my brain, resets my whole system, and it just puts me in a calm state where I can think properly and execute my next goal. I think the biggest thing for me is just reminding me what I've gone through since a youth, and what I've been through and the hardships I've experienced, and just telling myself, reminding myself that, why not me? Why can't I be the best in something? Why can't I strive to climb the mountain and be at the top? And I've done that, and I think just keep reminding myself that, I've come from the bottom and I'm here. So to get to the next step, it's definitely possible. I think the biggest thing for me was, seeing a lot of the idols that I've watched as a kid and now competing with them on the biggest stage in the world. A lot of people would say to themselves, I'm never gonna get there, or it's not possible, these people they're not human, or whatever the case may be. And I think for me is just reminding myself that these people are human just like me. And if they can do it, then I can do it. And it might take a little longer, but I can get to where they're getting. Oh God, when the lights hit in Vegas and I hit the stage, I think moments before I grace that stage, the switch is just gonna be, just show the world who Kellen Wilson is. Don't go out there and try to be someone you're not. And wherever the cards may fall after the show is done, I can look back and be more than happy knowing that I showed that stage who Kellen Wilson is. I think the biggest advice for anyone that's trying to get into bodybuilding or trying to get into any sport or trying to achieve a really big goal that may scare you, I think the biggest thing that I would tell that person is, do not put a cap or a limit on how far you want to go in life. Because when I think back, I never would have dreamed I would be here where I am today. And I think your dreams have to scare you. And I think along that road of you chasing that dream, there's going to be a lot of naysayers, a lot of people that are going to tell you that you can't do it. And even voices in your own head that tell you can't do it. And I think it takes a very, very strong mind and human being to tell themselves and tell those people that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna chase this goal, no matter what happens, bad roads or good roads, I'm gonna get there. And I think if you stay with that goal and you do the right things long enough, the right things are gonna happen.